Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, this is the special for my 3K subscriber thing. Basically, I just wanted to do a quick Q&A with you guys. Just kind of get to know me outside of, well, just kind of in general. Get to know me, get to know my thoughts, get to know what I think about Yu-Gi-Oh!, etc., etc. So, a couple of weeks ago, I asked what you guys thought or what you guys wanted to know about me in a post, and I'm just going to go through the comments. I've already looked at them, and yeah, I'm just going to give you the answers to your guys' questions. So that's basically it. Yeah, let's just hop into this. What are your future plans if YouTube grows, and if so, would you be nicer to your amazing mods? First of all, I would need to get amazing mods in order for me to be nicer to them. In all seriousness, most of the time I'm just joking whenever I am rude to my mods. It's mostly just sarcasm. It's my kind of humor. That's just how I work. If it hurts your feelings, I'm sorry. It is not intentional unless you are really annoying. As for YouTube, YouTube is the plan. My plan in the future is potentially jumping from Yu-Gi-Oh! To be a more broad streamer / content creator. That is the goal, just to kind of be as big as I can. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like what I enjoy the most, so that is the plan for now. And yeah, until then, just continuing to play the game. Continuing to do what I enjoy. Maybe branching out with other different ideas, which I've tried in the past, to see if something might work. But yeah, we'll see. Moving on. Do I have a girlfriend or am I maidenless? I am maidenless. Never have had a girlfriend. Mostly due to lack of trying. The only time I really tried to obtain a girlfriend was in high school, and I only ever went after one girl in particular, so I just haven't really found myself ready to find a mate. Especially now that I'm older, it feels like if I am trying to find someone, it is to settle down and have a family or just, you know, get married at the very least. So it's something that I'm not quite looking for at the moment just because of how my life has situated itself. Moving on. What card do we need the most for Darklord support? Something like a Therion, that is specifically for fairies, or for dark fairies in particular. Something like that where, you know, Earth Machine got Therion King Regulus as well as Dryas. Both got that card, which is basically just a nice Omni-Negate to help make their plays a bit more consistent. A one-card starter as well, such as like a normal summon that searches out a spell, would be very, very nice. I think the biggest thing would be just another spell that searches out specifically Contact, or just like a spell that searches out any Darklord card. Something like that, maybe. I know that we already have Banishment, but just like something to basically get a one-card starter for the rest of the deck would be nice. You know, like a normal summon that special summons specifically Uko back to your side of the field so that you can go into the Link 2, which gets your play started. Just like anything like that, potentially, because we have a good payoff in the first Darklord, and we have pretty consistent plays once we get the setup. It's just getting to that setup. Are Darklords top tier? No, they're not. Even with the new support in Branded that is currently available in TCG and OCG, they're not. They're just not. They hold the deck back a little bit too much. I think right now in Master Duel is just about the strongest that they're going to be, because once the Adventure Engine comes out, they get significantly worse because now they have to play through an Omni-Negate, or they don't play the Omni-Negate, which means you're just going to be playing up against more hand traps, which hand traps are killer against Darklords. So honestly, right now is the best time for them. Sorry to break your heart. It's not going to get much better. That's all I got to say. Moving on. What are my impressions of Argentina, and what was my experience? So if you didn't know, I actually went to Argentina for about 6 months. in between like college and what I do now. But basically, I went there and was just kind of living with the people and helping them out as much as I could. But I did get a lot of different experiences there. My impression of Argentina is that it is very much so a third world country, and people live very, very different. In fact, I went to an area where the streets were literally just dirt. The houses were... Sometimes they didn't have a roof, sometimes they didn't have doors, sometimes they... there was just dirt floors, there were no ceilings, and yet they still had direct TV because, of course, they did. I'm glad that I went to Argentina and had the experiences that I did, but I wasn't a fan of my time there. It isn't something that I would want to actively go and do again. Yeah, I don't know how else to explain it. It just, it was troublesome. But being in that country for 6 months did really help my Spanish. I've kind of lost most of it because I just don't use it. But it was nice. I got to learn another language, which I thoroughly enjoy the idea of language, but learning it is very problematic for me. So, all in all, I'm glad I did it. Not my favorite experience. Considering the future cards that will come to Master Duel, will there be an upgraded version of Darklord or Darklord Despia or any other version of them? I mean, technically we have the branded stuff that could be thrown in, like the Fallen of Albaz and Despia can be thrown in with Darklords. But the thing is, normally you will... So Branded Fusion is a really good card, and you could throw that into literally any deck and it will make it good. So that's not really helping the case of Darklords. They don't really synergize too well together. Sure, the Despia Darklord stuff does, but with the Despia stuff already being out, the branded stuff that comes out doesn't really help Darklord as much as it does just like the Despia stuff. So at the moment, I would say that getting something like Guardian Chimera does help because you are playing a lot of different names for the fusion summon of Chimera. Other than that, the same update, I would imagine Guardian Chimera coming out, the Adventure Engine comes out, which means that actually hurts Darklords just because it's not something that they can realistically play, along with the Despia stuff, unless you're playing like a 60-card, terrible, inconsistent version, which is something I might consider. But all in all, I think that unless we get new actual Darklord cards, Darklords are not going to go anywhere. The major problem with Darklords is the fact that you require so many of them, and you need named Darklord cards, except for specifically the 2 extra deck monsters, which means the extra deck monsters can be slotted into other strategies, but in terms of actual Darklord strategies, they don't really synergize too well with other archetypes, besides specifically Despia. So unless we get a new archetype that is specifically good with Dark Fairies, and is Dark Fairies themselves, or if we get more Darklord cards in particular, which we don't have anything on the way, we're probably going to be stuck with where we are. But yeah, that's all of the questions that you guys asked on this little questionnaire post. If you have any more questions, feel free to link them or to comment them down below. I'll try and answer as many as I can, but I probably won't get to all of you. And yeah, but that's going to be it. I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy it. Thank you once again for 3,000 subscribers. This is awesome for me. This just makes me feel so good. Every milestone it just warms my heart. It genuinely does. So thank you guys so much. And I will catch you guys next time. Just remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye.